Good morning, you guys. I actually wanted to come and actually give you a live reaction to Arian Curry. If you're not familiar with her, she actually is the mistress of Martell Holt. He actually is on the show Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'll give you a little backstory. Basically, Martell was married to Melody Holt, and they were to the point they were married 10 plus years. They currently have 4 kids together. Arian basically was considered the side piece, but that we're going to say and clean it up and say that she actually was the mistress. But yeah, you guys, that's the backstory on her. Erin is to the point where she basically does this interview. In my mindset is that she basically wants to clear the air, wants people to not to be call her the side piece, and she basically wants to get a chance to tell her side and tell why she did it. And I guess she want, in other words, she want validation, if that makes sense. But yeah, you guys, Tasha to the point she basically lets us know that Arian is not a side piece; she is a mistress. My thing on it is Arian basically wants to set the stage and let people know that she did not know that Martell was married. When she did find out, it was 9 months later. My thing is, I really don't believe that, but that's just my opinion. Basically, she wants us to know that she did not grow up in a two-parent household. So I'm saying that's probably why she thinks, for one, that this is appropriate. Erin has been getting a lot of backlash on the internet period because she basically dated Martell. Now they currently have a child together. It's to the point where she basically wants us also to know that no, she did not harass nor call Melody. She called her once. She says that Martell pursued her. She basically met him through a mutual friend. And my thing is, the mutual friend did not know that he actually was married. Girl, whatever. Arian is to the point where she wants to paint this picture like she's such a good person. My thing is, she wanted to actually feel like she was offended by the fact that Melody actually decided to do a video called Side Piece. It's called Side Chick. If you're to the point where you're familiar with Melody Hope, she does have an actual YouTube channel. The name of the song is called Side Piece. Go check it out. She felt offended, and I thought that was really, really cute and really, really funny at the same time that you would feel offended by a relationship that you ended by being unfaithful with a man you knowingly knew was married. Now, her eyes, she feels like it was okay for her to actually be with Martell, consider that Martell pursued her. No, ma'am. You knew this man was married after 9 months. You should have cut ties. And if you really, really loved him, you should have waited until he got an official divorce. If it was to the point you really wanted to be with him. Now, I've been following Arian for a minute because she does have an IG. It's called Arian underscore Arian. They're saying speculating that she has a YouTube. My thing is, I don't hate the lady. I just don't like. I hate what she did. Now she's a gorgeous lady, but I'm to the point now. You knew Martell was married. Martell knew he was married, so it's no excuse. And then what really makes me kiki is that you did all that to get him, and now fast forward, you have a baby. He still has not put a ring on it, never made it to the point where he actually says you're his lady. I actually looked at the reunion and was waiting for him to say anything that was remotely about her. When they get to questions about Arian, he drops his head. You could tell he's very vividly embarrassed, which he should be. My thing is he wants Melody back. That's my opinion. A lot of people step on my neck about that, but I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. He wants Melody. He wish he never would have gotten with Arian, and most importantly, he even if he was to say argument, if he could have his cake and eat it too, he probably would still would be with both of them, but he wouldn't have never left his home with Melody. You can tell it in his face and his eyes. That's why he's to the point where he looks at Melody like he's saying, "Man." And when he was asked the question, he actually said that he said he would never did the show if he knew it would have ended this way with his marriage. But my thing is, the show is not why he lost his wife. He lost his wife because he not only did he get cocky, but most importantly, he was to the point where he basically was telling her to basically accept the fact that he was a dating Arian because she said it. Melody said it on the reunion. But we're gonna get back to what Miss Arian is saying. Miss Arian is to the point where she wants to be a validation. She basically tells us that she's tired of the show making references to her and basically painting her in a bad light. My thing is, sweetie, when you lay down with this man, knowingly knowing that you was married to him, you open the window for this particular thing to happen. Now I'm not understanding, first of all, why you thought that it was to the point that being on this show with Tasha was gonna make you look good in a better light. No, ma'am. We the people still do not like the fact that you are to the point that you actually feel like you got to validate the fact that you was with this man. Now, fast forward, if you'd have waited till now, after the ink dried on the actual divorce, we might have said, okay, yeah, yeah. But you knew he was married. And then this excuse that she give that she never called and demanded that Melody pass on the phone. Yes, ma'am, you did. Because at the end of the day, you already knew he was staying with his wife, and more than likely, when you called, you was frustrated because you was probably trying to figure out where he was. Now, I follow this story, not saying I know these people personally, but if it's not to the point where we feel like we really believe Ari, we really don't care at this point. Because anytime a man calls you a peasant on stage, he did that on last year's reunion because I guess he felt like he was trying to save face with Melody. My thing is Martell might be double dipping with her. He might be with her, but he ain't with her. If that makes sense. If it's to the case where he loved her, we would have known by now. But I did see a recent picture where he actually had his 4 kids with Melody, and he actually had the baby that he had with Aaron on the picture. Now I guess it's to the point now. I figure he's saying, "Hey, I'm back in the corner. I might as well go ahead and show the world I do have a fifth child." And it was sad that to know that he hadn't even introduced or told his kids that he had an outside baby. So that let you know he was embarrassed. But Erin, to the point where she crosses her legs when she first come on, you could tell how she graced the stage, like she was saying, I'm that, you know what, I'm that bitch." I'm saying to myself, girl, you should drop your head, and most importantly, you should be ashamed that you with that man knowing that he was married. Nothing good comes from being with a married man. I don't care what you say. You dress it up. You can put it on, put a bow on it, a dress. It don't matter. It is what it is. A side piece. Now Tasha, to the point she's trying to keep it cute and tell her that she actually is a mistress. Okay, true enough. In the sense of the word, yes, she is. Because it depends on how you raise. But I'm more of a modern day person when it comes to stuff like that. Because in my mind, I was raised that way, and that's just how I feel about it. Married men are off limits. Aaron is seeing that, and it's to the point now they are together because one of the kids made reference to the fact that they saw. I guess they pulled up and seen them together, and it was like get away from their dad. So that tells me that he's never introduced her personally to the children. This is a legend now, but I'm thinking more so if a child is to the point they're not only screaming in the back seat, but they to the point they don't even know who that person is. That's the answer. But I'm personally, I can't say I hate Arian, but I don't hate what she did. She's a gorgeous girl. I'm not gonna take that from her, but it's just the fact her choices and the fact that she feel like she got validation, and she's basically should, in other words, she want people to feel like she didn't do nothing wrong. Like he pursued her. Okay, he pursued you, but you had a brain to know not to deal with this man. You could tell that Martell is a nice looking guy. Now I can kind of understand how she maybe felt weak, but when you found out that that man was actually married, that should have been a no. And what really made me kiki when she wanted us to believe that they waited 9 months to have sex, I said, no, ma'am. Ain't no way y'all waiting on 9 months to have sex. I don't want to believe that, and I ain't finna believe that. But Tasha asked her whether or not Martell was really buying her gifts and taking care of her like people were saying. She said, yeah, he was good to me. She would not go into detail with what he bought her, but it was rumored that he did buy her a matching car. And it was to the point where he actually was with Melanie. He had it like that. Now we're seeing Martell for what he is. He's basically stripped down. He's not it's to the point where he's in a financial status like he was with Melanie. Now we see that Melanie was making all the money, making all the money moves because Melanie still has a business in the same office that they had when they were partners. And Melanie has a builder's license. And she actually sings as well. And I think she got some more endeavors that she dabbled in. But to make long story short, she was big mad when she found out that Melanie made that side chick story. I mean, side chick song. My thing is, if it didn't apply, why are you mad about it? I know why you mad because it's about you. And even for the sake of argument, she wants to vent. It's nothing you can do about it, sweetheart. You broke up this woman's marriage. If anything, you ought to be repenting. If you are, if you are about the Bible, and most importantly, you should be ready for karma because it's coming. And guess what? You getting in the form of Martell. Martell has never not solidified. He has not said anything about he's trying to marry Arian. Every time they ask him a question about her, he dip his head. You could tell he's embarrassed. I'm not saying he may embarrassed about being with her, but he embarrassed of the fact that he actually lost his wife and he stripped himself down to this. You could say it on his face because when Melody come out, he a whole different person. I think if he could go back and change it, I think he would have still been with Melanie, but he never would have left Arian alone. It's one of the things where he want to be with both. Maybe he get the best of both worlds. I don't know. But from what I could see, when Melanie broke down and told us the reason why she physically had to go ahead and get the divorce was because he basically, when they were in quarantine, that he was going out a lot, and she found out he was over there with Arian. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. My thing with Erin is that she feel like she entitled. Most important, she feel like everybody's supposed to feel like she didn't do nothing wrong. That's what I'm getting for the interview now. Tasha makes her very comfortable, which Tasha is very known to do. I like Tasha's style. We call it well, I call her a journalist. A lot of people ain't gonna call her a journalist. They say she a blogger. But Tasha get the job done. You say what you want to say. She got this girl to basic spill the tea, and everything she's saying, it's just going in one ear and not the other. Because I'm not to the point I even want to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear, but I don't want to hear. Because see, she want to play victim. You can't play victim when you actually was the villain in this. You can't do that. But she wants us to believe that she never called Melanie and demanded that Martell get on the phone. No, ma'am. Yes, you did. I can see that type of scenario with her. But what I really didn't understood, now I do understand why they didn't have her on the show. I didn't know this little tidbit, and that is that Melody actually is executive producer of that show. So I know she's not gonna let Arian grace that stage at all. So Tasha to the point where she tells Arian, yeah, yeah, girl, she gets the thing. She said, girl, I think that me and you, we friends in our head. I said to myself, Tasha, if you don't cute quit with the nonsense, you know this girl ain't even halfway on your level to be your friend. But it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. Make her comfortable. Now, another blogger that I actually watched, she did a review, and when I tell y'all holler, she said a whole lot of nothing. And guess what? He said nothing but the truth. It was a whole hour of nothing. I mean, girl, the things that you actually telling us ain't making no sense, sis. You basically telling us that you slept with this man. You basically finally got the man because Melanie stood up and realized her worth. I mean, you still should feel less than. But it's sad that you let him break you down like that, like a fraction, and feel like you had to accept the pieces of whatever that Melanie left. Cause that's basically what you did. You got her leftovers. But did that make you sleep good at night knowing that you didn't do nothing or this and that? Because in her mind, she basically said she don't feel like she broke their relationship up, like it was already broken up. She said the marriage was already over before she decided she wanted to come in. No, ma'am. They actually were trying to work on their relationship. That's how Melody became pregnant with the last baby. But Miss Erin is something else, baby. But she about her business now. She does have a legitimate business because I follow her on IG. And it is what it is. But as far as her personal life, no ma'am, sis is not doing what she would. It's not giving what it should give. Now, don't get me wrong. This little baby is gorgeous. The baby looks just like Martell. But when I saw that picture, I was like, no, 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 Martell, why'd you do that? And I don't even see how Melanie even was okay with that because I know she saw it. But as his ex-wife, I wouldn't like that one right there. He had all the kids up there. But it was the concept was actually nice. Now I can't lie, because he basically was doing like the Coming to America type thing. He had the little the headdress that they have on, and he had the gold things over his little body. Basically, it was cut off, and then all the kids were dressed in the same attire. The kids looked good. Now I can't lie, and they were standing all behind him. It was like a Coming to America type thing, and I liked the aspect. But when I seen that little baby sitting on his lap, one man said, "That ain't boss baby." I said, "Oh boy, that's the new baby." But yeah, Miss Tasha is serving in this actual video. If are you familiar with Unwind with Tasha K? If you ain't, go over there, subscribe. Thank me later. Tasha is bringing the tea. I love it. I got my life with the fact that she actually was able to get her on the show, because a lot of people are to the point they can't get an interview with Arian, because it's to the point Miss Arian thinks she's exclusive now, considering that she's with Martell. They're officially all together now. They are together at this point. But it ain't to the point he solidified nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing about she done put a ring on it. That's what I don't understand. If I was her, I'd be trying to figure out, now I did all this and then what? Because I'm in a group in Facebook, they actually came in my neck about this. They was like, what makes you think she want to marry him? I said to myself, I would think that would be the goal. You went through all that or to be with the man, you done gave him a baby, then what? And her excuse that really made me knew that she was a narcissist just like him. She made it reference to the baby, because Tasha asked her. She said, "What's going on with the baby?" Because the rumor is that she was pregnant at the same time as Melanie was with that last baby. She says basically that it was a mistake. I was like, girl, you didn't want no mistake. You basically were trying to have that baby to throw it in Melanie's face. Anybody could see that. But it is what it is. The child is here. You can't really say much about the kid, but it's still we ain't never be able to say that she missed Holt. That's for sure. But I kind of figure out too a reason why partly why excuse me for rambling, why Martell's the way he is, because I notice how his mom defends him. Yeah, it's part of his little upbringing that got a little bit to do with it too. But he always try to throw in that scenario that he wasn't your dad wasn't in his life. Now that might have something to do with it, but it is what it is with him. Because at the end of the day, I have to hold Martell accountable because at the end of the day, he knew he was married, and most importantly, he got children looking up to him. He got a son. And I heard the son say something that made me break down and cry and made me, I was like, really? He was like, Dad, I was waiting on you and mom to try to get back together. That's what we were thinking. One day y'all would get back together. I said to myself, he need to be honest with them kids, let them kids, first of all, know they got a sibling. And the way he took so long to tell them lets you know that he knew it was wrong. And most importantly, he was embarrassed. Now, Miss Arian, she's basically trying to set her ground. She's trying to give K Michelle tease, but no, ma'am. Somebody's about she look like K Michelle. K Michelle would never. No. Not saying she not a bad looking. She a bad looking woman. No, 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 no. Then I heard somebody else was talking about her hair. I was like, y'all wrong. It was like look like she had on braid hair. It didn't look bad to me, but it was her look outfit did look basic. Now I have to get that to her. Now, as always, like I said, Miss Tasha is bringing it on here. Go over there and look at it. Unwind with Tasha K. It's called Love and Marriage. Huntsville, Martell, Holt's Mistress, Arian Curry. Go and check it out. I just want to give you guys a little snippet of it, let you guys know what's going on. But yeah, you guys, I like I told you guys, I appreciate everybody. I noticed that I got a couple of more subscribers over here. I appreciate you guys for showing me love over here. I will continue to bring you guys good content. I do have some videos I'm uploading. Just be patient with me. I had to get my thoughts together because one of these things where I don't like to just get out here and give you false information. But as a hint, one of the videos will be love and no, I'm sorry, I'm still on Love Marriage Hospital. It will be a reaction on Liv's life because Liv is to the point where she actually is I say about to do her storyline for the baby, but look out for that. I will be uploading it today. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys go over there and check it out because I got it on replay myself because I had to get in there and realize and see what Miss Arian was giving, honey. She was trying to serve, honey. When she came in there like I'm that you know what, and I was like, go ahead, Miss Arian. Cause baby, I was glued to my seat. I had to see what she was talking about, and girl, it was a whole hour of nothing. I was like, Miss Arian ain't talking about that. She want to basically throw reference to that show because I think she want a seat over there. But guess what? It ain't gonna happen. And then the thing that really made me kiki with her, she was basically saying something reference to Oprah. I was like, girl, you better hope Oprah is to the point where she give you a job in a minute because this might be the only way you're gonna get employed in the industry. But people are to the point where they looking at her the sideways because they gave her the nickname Coleslaw. But yeah, my thing is, Arian, even if she to the point where she not with Martell, no man's really gonna take her serious. I'm gonna tell you why. If they feel like if she to the point she easy enough that a married man could swoop her up and she her self esteem that low, he not really gonna take her serious. It gonna take the right kind of man to actually be with her, and I don't see it. Now I don't see it for her. Now she want to create like she said she wanted to come on here and address them, let people know that to stop believing that image of her. That's not who she is. I said to myself, if a person tell you who they are, believe them, baby. You cannot erase this because it is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying you are a bad person per se, but my thing is, I feel like in my mind that she did made a bad decision, if that makes sense. But that's like I told y'all, they are still together, so it is what it is, girl. But Miss Erin Curry has graced Unwind with Tasha K's actual channel. Go over there and check it out. You guys, I'm to the point I got to get ready for work this morning. So I'm going to just give y'all a quick little live. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're new here, subscribe, leave your girl a comment, and most importantly, like it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.